expected to begin on November 5th and continue until March 2025. Met Malaysia forecasts about 5 to 7 episodes of heavy rainfall throughout this period. According to Met Malaysia Director General Dr. Muhammad Hisham Muhammad Anib, the early phase of the northeast monsoon from November to December will bring heavy rain to Kelantan, Terengganu, Pahang, Johor, Sarawak and Sabah. While from January to February 2025, the states more likely to experience heavy rainfall are Pahang, Johor, Sarawak and Sabah. Northern Peninsular Malaysia may see less rainfall towards the end of the monsoon phase that can lead to dry, hot weather and potential heat waves. Muhammad Hisham advised the public to stay vigilant and prepare for extreme weather and possible flooding. The Department of Statistics Malaysia reveals a significant rise in reported sexual offences involving children last year. The report shows that incidents were up by 26.5%, with 1,567 cases recorded in 2023 compared to 1,239 cases in 2022. Physical sexual assault offences against children in 2023 was also up by 21.1% at 1,389 cases compared to 1,147 cases in 2022. Meanwhile, non-physical sexual offences and child pornography accounted for 91 and 67 cases respectively last year. The number of children requiring care and protection, as reported by the Social Welfare Department, also surged by 26.1% to 8,536 last year compared to 6,770 in 2022. More girls required care and protection than boys, but boys saw a higher increase at 26.4% compared to girls at 25.9% in the same period. The government does not tolerate any form of bullying at all education institutions in the country. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim has called for stricter action to end the culture of bullying.
Dan ini budaya samsing, bully, gangsterism dalam sistem pendidikan kita di sekolah-sekolah, sekolah kebangsaan, sekolah Cina, sekolah Tamil, Mahat Tahfiz, sekolah agama. Ini menyebutkan aliran kegilaan ini kerana kita bicara soal ilmu dan rituals, tidak akhlak dan nilai. Kita ada disiplin ketenteraan, tapi tidak tahu disiplin itu mendidik manusia.
His remarks came in the wake of an abuse case involving a cadet at the University Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia. On Wednesday, the Armed Forces said it had launched an investigation involving the second-year cadet officer that was allegedly bullied and abused by a senior officer using a heated iron, leaving burn marks on his chest.
The Road Transport Department has launched a nationwide 2-month special operation targeting motorcyclists. JPJ Director General Dato' Adi Fadli Ramli says the operation will focus on 8 main offences, namely riding without a valid licence, motor vehicle licence or insurance coverage, and ignoring traffic light signals. The JPJ will also look into unauthorized bike modifications, not wearing crash helmets and illegal racing. He said police recorded alarming statistics on the rise in fatal accidents, especially involving motorcycles. According to the Transport Ministry, last month, over 6,000 fatalities are recorded each year due to road accidents, with motorcyclists accounting nearly 70% of total incidents. The Home Ministry has also announced plans to review laws and enhance awareness campaigns to reduce the number of motorcycle accidents. In other news, the Higher Education Ministry is still gathering information over claims that a Malaysian student may be involved in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Zamri Abdul Kadir says he is waiting for a full report on the case and that any updates on the case would be shared with the public and media. Several photos depicting a MyCard and a Malaysian driving license found on a battlefield had gone viral recently. These documents were reportedly discovered after Russian forces took control of Levantne Zaporizhzhia, an area in southeastern Ukraine. Previously, Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Razaruddin Hussein said the documents' owner was furthering his studies in the country after confirmation from the student's family. The police is also awaiting more details from the Russian embassy on the matter.
AWANI International is your gateway to global news, insights and stories that matter. From breaking headlines to in-depth analysis, stay connected with the world right here where you won't miss a beat.
Pilihan Raya Presiden Amerika Syarikat 2024. Dapatkan liputan paling komprehensif secara langsung di Astro dan Astro Go.
The government lays its foundation for a digitally driven economy with Budget 2025, focusing on accelerating digitalization, advancing artificial intelligence adoption, and enhancing cybersecurity. Dixon Wu, Country General Manager of IBM Malaysia, shares what needs to happen to ensure Malaysia stays on the right path in this journey.
While the Madani Budget 2025 is a forward-thinking and future-ready budget, especially with a focus on AI, digital transformation, and cybersecurity, it definitely provides a very strong foundation for Malaysia growth, the digital economy. But I think key to note is that the execution part, it has to be on time, swiftly implemented. While the initiatives are promising, it's essential that these measures are executed swiftly to realize the full potential. Timely implementation will be critical in ensuring Malaysia remains competitive in the fast-evolving global digital landscape. Ensuring close collaboration between the government, private sector, and educational institutions will be vital for achieving the goals set out to the budget. Last but not least, monitoring and adaptability is crucial to have mechanism in place to monitor the progress of this initiative and adapt them as needed. The digital landscape evolved very quickly, so being flexible and responsive to changes will ensure the budget's initiative remain relevant and effective over time.
Dixon also highlighted the importance of businesses and industries to play an active role to support Malaysia's digital transformation.
While government is driving that initiative, and the industries they play a vital role to materialize the budget aspiration. I think that's important. And of course, how do we leveraging technology to drive the economic growth? Recently IBM done a survey across all the CEO surveys, we call it, has revealed that 75% of the CEOs surveyed globally, including Malaysia, believe that organizations with the most advanced generative AI will have the competitive advantage. And of course, further, when we talk about sustainability at the core business growth, leveraging data through AI automation is key to identify sustainability opportunity and assessing progress. I'm sure, Farhana, you heard about the importance of our ESG that nowadays really play a very, very important role in all these business drivers. So I believe we all agree that being sustainability focused is a bit difficult, but to put sustainability goals into action, organization need workable strategies and solutions that are specific to their needs, finding right partner to help them build strategic roadmap can enable this organization to be more responsive and profitable.
The United States has received information that indicates that right now there are 8,000 North Korean troops in Russia's Kursk region. This is according to Deputy U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Robert Wood, who told this to the Security Council on Thursday. The Russian representative in the 15-member Security Council at the time did not respond to Wood. Moscow has neither denied nor directly confirmed the presence of North Korean troops. After an initial denial, North Korea has since defended the idea of deploying troops as being in line with international law. The deployment of North Korean troops could potentially escalate the conflict, expanding it into a multi-region war and increasing tensions on the Korean peninsula.
Meanwhile, North Korean Foreign Minister Cho Son-hui, during her visit to Moscow, declared that North Korea will stand by Russia until its victory in Ukraine. She made the statement after talks with her Russian counterpart, Sergei Lavrov, in Moscow. Neither referred to the statements made by the United States, NATO, South Korea and Ukraine this week that North Korea has sent some 10,000 troops to Russia.
Taiwan cleans up on Friday, a day after a powerful typhoon Kongray swept through the island, causing 2 deaths and snarling transport. More than 1.2 meters of rainfall was recorded in the eastern mountains during the typhoon, and gusts above 80 meters per hour swept Taipei metropolitan area. The torrential downpour knocked down more than 2,000 trees and hundreds of street signs. Workers raced to clear debris, removing trees and damaged structures on Friday, as locals called on authorities to look into prevention mechanism in case another disaster hits. The fire department put the death toll at 2. One person whose truck was hit by a falling tree in central Taiwan, and another in Taipei who was hit by an electricity pole. Authorities also reported 515 injuries so far. Over in Indonesia, 8 people died in a large fire at a cooking oil factory near the Indonesian capital Jakarta on Friday. Local authorities warned that the number of casualties could still rise as they investigate the cause of the fire. Footage from local media station Metro TV showed flames and thick black smoke rising from a building in an industrial complex in Bekasi near eastern Jakarta, closing roads around the factory. The fire reportedly broke out around 6 a.m. local time. About 20 fire trucks were on site containing most of the factory blaze. The factory is reportedly operated by PT Primus Sanus Cooking Oil Industrial. Meanwhile, 2 people were killed and 6 others injured in a shooting during Halloween celebrations in downtown Orlando, Florida. A 17-year-old suspect was arrested at the scene. Orlando Police Chief Eric Smith said the victims were shot while hundreds were celebrating Halloween in the area around 1 a.m. About 100 officers were deployed in the area. The injured victims were taken to a hospital and were reportedly to be stable. Footage of the first shooting shows the suspect opening fire before running away with the crowd. He was taken down moments after he opened fire at a second location. The suspect is believed to be the only shooter, though his motive is still unknown. Record shows he was arrested for grand theft last year. That wraps up this edition of AWANI Tonight. Do check out our revamped English web portal, delivering in-depth global news and analysis to keep you informed on the critical events shaping our world, all in one place at international.astrawani.com. That's all for now. I'm Farhana Sheikh. Thank you for watching.